AI. They are one person who knows everything. Let's make that assumption. So you can make it act as anything, act as a biologist, act as a historian, act as a a poet, and all those other stuff, right? So that it will know exactly what to do. So this is an example. I want you to act as a personal coach.
Those
I'll
only
give you my personal and professional goals. You then create a
Windows
7 day
graphic.
schedule in tabular format for me to follow in order to hit my goals. My short term goals are meditate, work out, read, and then work on my projects. My long term goals are to assign 30 new clients and save $10,000 over the next 6 months, right? So if you do that, it will give you exactly what you want, right? It will now act as your personal coach. So it's more or less like instead of going to now employ a personal coach, you can now get your own personal coach just by the click or typing of some few words. Okay, so let me remove these.
How many?
Oh, it keeps giving me an image. Okay, let me clean out that prompt first of all. Okay, I've cleaned it out now. And then now, so imagine you have a case in court, right? And then you can even let it act as your personal lawyer, right? You want it you want to sue someone for maybe defamation of character, then you can let it act as your destiny and then write a very convincing argument for your particular case. You give it the details of that particular case and it will be able to do it for you. So this is what it has given us. It has given us very good schedule for everything. What I'm supposed to do, my lunch breaks, my working on project, my personal time, and all those other information is able to give it to me, right? So this Gemini, Grok should be able to do the same thing. So in fact, all of them should be able to do it. Okay, for this one, they keep telling me to sign up, which we don't have time. Let's let the DeepSeek do it without thinking. And then ChatGPT 2 should be able to do this. Okay, so this DeepSeek also doing the same thing, giving me a better answer than the Gemini, right? So you notice that DeepSeek goes into details, telling me what my morning routine should be. It should be about meditation and planning. For my physical health, I should focus on daily workout. For skills development, I should do reading and learning. And then for business growth, I should do acquisition and project work. Then it now goes ahead and gives me the full details, even with emojis for me to even notice whatever I'm doing, right? So it's more detailed. It gives me strategies for the short-term goals and then long-term goals, how I can track my spending, how I can cut unnecessary cost, and all this other information. So I can go ahead and ask me, how then do I cut unnecessary cost, right? It should be able to give me that information and then even more. So track your expenses, it will go ahead and give me more information. So uh, that is what we call act as a prompting. So I'll pause here for you to ask questions once again before we move on.
So for
We've discussed the 8 strategies.
yeah,
The meeting has now ended.
yes, I don't know. For those of us
Okay.
that have questions,
Gemini has been very generous to us.
yeah, yeah. So
All
please
right.
let's ask. I can see Mr. Richard Kojo raising up his hand and Mr. Ibrahim Kwame. So, Mr. Richard Kojo, can we have you, please?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Yeah, please. I've not raised my hand. Oh.
Okay, then it means you raised it earlier.
Yes. So kindly,
Earlier, yes.
kindly unraise.
Okay, no problem.
All
So,
right,
No
sure.
problem.
Okay.
Mr. Abraham Kwame, are you also raising up your hand, or we should go on? Mr. Omo Ago Martins is raising up his
Okay.
hand. Okay, Mr. Ibrahim, let's have you, Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Abraham,
Okay.
rather.
Okay. Please, I
Yeah,
wanted
Abraham.
to. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I wanted
Yeah.
to find out, like, using the AI, is it possible to, let's say, generate uh, an information, and after generating the information, if it can convert the information into, let's say, a PDF format, or export it. Let me put it that way: export the information into any other file format.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay. So far, uh, I want to know your rationale behind that, right? First of all, maybe let me not be judgmental here, but you want to just copy the information directly to whatever you want to do, right? But at the end of the day, your goal is anything you are doing about AI shouldn't be about copying and pasting. Only use AI for brainstorming, okay? Only use it to get ideas. Don't just use it directly and then let me just ask questions. Any answer it give me, I paste, right? But apart from that, you AI, let's look at the Gemini, for example. It has that particular feature where you can export to Google Sheets because they have a Google Sheet this thing. I wish I could have seen that. They have a Google Sheets. Maybe because I am not okay, I'm logged in, but they have that feature. This is a table. I should be able to. Okay, maybe it's because.
Is there, is there, is there.
What is it?
Scroll down, scroll
Should
down.
I scroll down?
Export sheet.
Yes, export to sheet here, right? So meaning that I can export to sheet mainly because I can go ahead and then analyze this in details later. Analyze this in details later, right? So let me open the sheet. I'll be able to see it here. Maybe I want to use that information for something else. So I should be able to do it here. So I think this is the only feature. This is the only feature that it can help you with for now. But the chat GPT and the rest, I think all you can do is to copy the answer. You can do a copy and then go and paste it wherever you want. They don't have it has what? You can edit it in Canvas and all those other ones.
Spreadsheet.
Oh, okay. Someone is saying I can ask it to convert the table to spreadsheets, right? Let's see if it will be able to do that for me. I should have said spreadsheet format. Yes. Okay, so it will generate and provide the download link. So I think it should be able to do the PDF also for us. It should be able to generate. Yes, so it's here. I can just download it and then use it for wherever I want to. So it has downloaded it for me. I can open it. Okay, very good. So maybe also convert it to PDF. Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. So uh okay, that's cool. That's something new I've learned today. Let's open the let's open. So this is the spreadsheet. It was able to convert it to a spreadsheet for us. Let's see if it can do the PDF also. Okay, so it's having problems with the PDF, but let's see if so far this is the code for the PDF, the file output path, meaning that I may have to go and
Write it
put
down.
it. I think it's Python, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so the
That's
PDF
fine.
is not yet perfect, but they have the spreadsheet format that it can do for us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Any other question?
Please kindly ask your questions. I think we can move on, sir.
Okay. Since there is no other question, let's move on to the last aspect of our discussion. So at least we've learned something new on how to focus our prompts. And then we want to now look at AI itself. We are now coming to talk about ethics. Now, AI by itself has so many problems. First of all, sometimes it can provide discriminative outputs, right? Discriminative, for example, if, for example, I ask, I don't know, let's see, which AI, maybe sometimes I've seen that before. I've asked in image generation, I've asked AI to generate
Let's use Meta.
image of men in a canoe
Let's use Meta.
that are fishing during this thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Men in a canoe that are fishing in the morning. And then what it did was that it went to produce an output of black men. Okay, that's more or less biased. You just said men, you didn't say white men or black men. So why should it now go and give you black men?
It's
So some people see that as discrimination. Sometimes you will be like, okay, generate an image of an old man on a bicycle riding in a village. Then it will go and generate an image of an old black man, merely because you just said village, right? Sometimes people consider that as discrimination. That is one. Another one is that some of this, the more you use AI, the more we are destroying our environment because they consume a lot of energy and all that. Another one that is very more dear to my heart is academic dishonesty or academic integrity. Most of us, some people are giving assignments and then they just go and pick. In fact, they don't ask very good questions. They don't even brainstorm. They don't do anything. They just what? Copy the question directly into the AI, and then the AI generates all the answers for them. And then they come and paste it as their own work. What happens with that is that we call that plagiarism. First of all, you are cheating. Secondly, plagiarism. Plagiarism is a very serious offense in all universities around the world. If you do that, you can be rusticated, meaning that you can be sacked for what? Plagiarizing any information. So that is a very serious offense. So we have to take note of some of those things. That the next one is copyright. Most of the times, these AIs learn from other people. And if you are not careful, you go and copy someone's direct work that the AI just went to fetch for you. And you can be caught in a copyright infringement uh, attribute. Sorry, copyright infringement case.
especially
The next one is privacy. Most of these AIs, they collect
especially the privacy part.
our personal data. So mind you, any information that you type into AI, first of all, they know what you're typing. And secondly, they know who you are because when you are signing up, they ask you to first of all sign up, they collect your email information, and then they collect every information about you. So your privacy can be compromised. And then there is also human labor. Human labor is a very, very, very AI is likely to take over a lot of jobs. Just that the good news also is that as jobs will be lost, more jobs will be created. So we have to also know how to what adapt ourselves to the new jobs that will be created. So take note of some of these things. Now we, in terms of jobs, let's look at this. Even though the future about AI is very bad in terms of job, the good news also is that uh, don't be afraid that uh, you will not be useful in the fourth revolution. What do we mean by revolution? There have been very great technological advancements in the last 100+ years, which we call the first generation, first revolution, second, third, and then fourth. What was the first revolution? That was when there was, and what do we mean by revolution? Revolution simply means that there was a very big technology that caused a lot of jobs to be lost, but at the end of the day, new jobs were created. Okay, so in the first industrial revolution, the steam engine, those textile production, iron production, and then factory systems were set, and then it led to increased productivity. There were new factories, and then there was internalization of trade. You could produce garments and then sell it anywhere in the world. And then in the second revolution, there was more mass production because electricity came around. So factories could now use electricity. They had assembly lines. There was more steel production. There was petroleum, chemical industries, and all those other ones. And then it's made a lot of people who were doing things manually also lose their jobs. But at the end of the day, new jobs were created. Cities were now modernized. There were electricians now, because now that the electricity, there will be electricians. There will be so many jobs that will be created out of that. So all hope was not lost there. Then came the third revolution where electronics and all those other things started coming in. So you know what we mean by electronics. So many TVs, tapes, cassettes.
Phones.
There were more industries. There were computers. There was automation. There was
Phones.
telecommunication, mobile phones. There was by then AI has not come in, and then there was digitalization of information. You could use Google search and all those other stuff. Then we are currently in what we call the fourth revolution, which is the cyber physical systems. This one, this current revolution that we are in is very, 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 is very new to us, and it will cause, according to WHO, sorry, the World, I think Trade Organization. No, I think it's World Bank or World Trade Organization. A lot of jobs, more than 300 millions, will be lost in the next few years due to this. Mainly because we have so many cyber physical systems now. Cyber physical systems simply means that so many computer systems that are connected together, such as smart cities, smart homes, smart transportation systems, and then the most newest one that is taking the trend one, which is what, artificial intelligence. So these ones will be causing a lot of economic impact, social impact, and then so many technological impacts. So in the next few years, for example, if you are a computer scientist, you may not have to be writing repetitive codes. You just be paid to what? Think out of the box to come out with new systems. So you would, first of all, you have to also still know how to code before you have to come out still with what? New systems. Meaning that your life as a coder will not be lost. Just that you need to first of all understand the basic ideas of code, and then now use know how to also use AI as a tool to help your productivity in coding. So, for example, if you are a coding firm that will need 20 people to code a particular system, All you need now is to employ maybe 20 people. All you need to employ is five instead of the 20. And those five people can help use AI to help improve their productivity. People who also be very good at what prompt engineering that can help to what make that a better company. So that is just an example. Now, let's discuss these guidelines for students and then we close. And then if you have any further questions, you ask.